this adaptation of Frankenstein sure is taking a lot of liberties. Last time we talked about a Friday the 13th movie, some guy named Jason got some people to fuck. But several years ago when we talked about Friday the 13th Part 5, it ended a little something like this. And as we all know, that ending was ignored in favor of making Tommy Jarvis a mute psychic who can foresee Jason's kills. Wait, that's not right at all. You know, I hesitate to give too much shit to Jason Lives, because it is better than A New Beginning. A beginning that was so short-lived it lasted for just one movie. I guess the idea of resurrecting a vengeful paramedic was deemed too silly, so they decided to bring back Jason. And to bring back Jason, producers hired writer-director Tom McLaughlin to handle the project. McLaughlin's idea was to tell a more humorous Jason story, one that uses meta-humor, slapstick, and a tongue-in-cheek, self-aware attitude that makes me very angry. This is a serious film series that should be treated with respect, like Part 4 did. Don't think you got it made, no. You're wrong. See, this series is above self-parody. While McLaughlin was given semi-free reign to make his funny Jason movie, the main condition was that Jason be the killer. Producer Frank Mancuso Jr. was sold on McLaughlin's comedy scripts, while other producers were skeptical of this different kind of Jason movie. Skeptical producers, yet the movie was still allowed to do something different. What kind of sorcery is this? Would audiences be able to get the joke of the film? Well, hard to say. A surprising number of people didn't get this joke. A Halloween movie without Michael Myers as the killer is like a Jason movie without Jason as the killer. And Jason's been the killer since the very beginning. I repeat, a surprising number of people. Maybe producers thought the film's humor contradicted its Terror Inc. name. Jason picked the wrong time to come back. It's tornado season. You know, it's a slasher film when you can see the teen's pot smoke off camera. The movie wants you to know right away about its silly nature.
I don't know how you talked me into this, Tommy. Hell, I must be crazy.
I know that when I go to take down a supposedly dead serial killer, the first person I'm gonna take with me is Ron Horshack Palillo. Tom Matthews takes over the role of Tommy Jarvis, and he's wearing a fantastic Emilio Estevez disguise. His plan is to dig Jason up and then kill him again, which ignores Part 5 when they said that he was cremated. Well, everyone else ignores Part 5.
Seeing it won't, but destroying it will. Jason belongs in hell, and I'm gonna see he gets there.
So he's dead, but not in hell? Jason is in purgatory? They find the grave, but with no date of birth or death, this could be any Jason Voorhees. Leave it to Horshack to be the smartest character in the entire series. You should listen to him.
There's his grave. Okay, let's go.
They've made a huge mistake. They accidentally dug up the zombie from Zombie. I too feel disturbed when I'm reminded of certain Corey Feldman movies. Die! Die! That also reminds me, whatever happened to Tommy Jarvis's sister? Tommy has been disturbed for years, but his sister is apparently okay with what happened in the past. Well, this is already a bad idea, so let's make it worse.
Oh, shit.
Damn right, oh shit. You're desecrating a corpse.
Yeah, fuck you, Jason.
And hurling needless insults at him as well. I could do without the name calling, thank you very much. He's soon struck by lightning, and that reignites the worm monster inside of him, which can only be killed through another Voorhees. That is, if we truly believe Creighton Duke. I sort of feel like the Jesse Walsh scream would be appropriate in this instance. I wonder if Tommy now regrets this terrible idea. And the rain putting out the matches means that God is apparently on Team Jason. And there goes the only character who called out the lead's bullshit, and he also tried doing something about it. Tom Matthews has had enough of this. Once you've banged an alien from LA, you really don't need to deal with Jason. Well, we've had exploding masks and 3D titles in the previous opening credits. What's this one gonna spring on us? What the fuck? Everyone knows that Jason is way too street to play James Bond. It's great being put in a position making jokes about a movie that makes jokes about itself. It's almost like what I'm doing is completely pointless. They should have all seen this resurrection coming. The box states that not only does Jason live, but that his mask is fucking huge! And why the hell did someone named Tommy write all over my box cover? But I am more worried about the supposed scene in which Jason apparently springs forth from a river of hot lava. Tommy attempts to warn the most trigger-happy police in the state.
You better cool out, boy. You already almost got your head blown off.
Will you listen, damn it?
Don't piss me off, Junior, or I will repaint this office with your brains.
That would be murder. The sheriff puts him in jail, mainly because the murders that are about to follow are all his fault, but also for being in Midnight Cabaret. Maybe the fact that they renamed Crystal Lake Forest Green will confuse Jason.
That's why we changed the name. People want to forget this was Crystal Lake, and they don't need some kid stirring up Jason shit again.
Yeah, but they're not likely to forget that half of their residents have been butchered. Batitude. Someone needs to stop Jason. Too bad I'm in jail. The fuck? Oh, alright. That's from the Geek Review. I guess it all comes full circle. That is, until the next episode of Lloyd comes out.
The day has come to finally get this filthy animal.
I see Tony Goldwyn is on his way to put Jason's head inside of a microwave.
Darren, we better turn around.
Why?
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
That's a fair point, but it seems a little insensitive to make movies like that in this universe. He's gonna interrogate Jason to find out where the Rita Miller money went. Don't worry about Carl, he'll be taken care of. That's disturbing. His wife has the better idea. She offers Jason money. See that, audience? If you keep giving him money, he'll keep returning. Sorry, Jason only accepts Canadian money. Oh shit, he's having a recurring nightmare about being in Dangerously Close. And by the way, was every punk 20-something in the 80s auditioning for 21 Jump Street? The sheriff's daughter and her friends are there to run a summer camp, but Tommy warns them about Jason. Whatever, he's hot. The cops aren't doing shit, but you know who would do something about this? Sheriff Horshack. Too bad no one is interested in resurrecting his corpse. They just bury his ass instead.
Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
The hell are you judging me for, Paramount? You made the movie. You know what could have saved these people? Listening to the song on the radio.
They should have at least called, don't you think? Megan? What? Hello? Yeah.
It's Alice Cooper's theme to Friday the 13th Part 6. It's an omen, and yet all they can talk about is the series continuity.
What if he did come back here? Searching for the one that decapitated his vengeful mother.
Way to keep up. Jason took care of her at the beginning of Part 2. Doesn't matter, Angela Baker's gonna kill them all anyway.
Think I'd rather deal with old Jason.
Me too. At least Jason never sings this.
Oh, I'm a happy camper. I love the summer sun.
Meanwhile, Jason is really pissed off that he wasn't invited to paintball day. The executives are quickly taken out by the woman disguised as Joan Allen, and this has pissed off some of the other executives.
Dumb broad! She tricked! She should have stayed in the kitchen where she belongs!
You want the New York Ripper set. That's miles and miles away. While this dude is busy having a nice day, I feel like there's not enough Woody Allen slapstick in this. This is getting to be too much. I miss when the characters took these movies seriously. Yet another Native American actor completely ignored by the Oscars. When all three of them get their heads chopped off, it's like the darkest Three Stooges ending ever. Or, well, the second darkest. My first thought, though, is, damn, Jason sure hasn't been missing many meals in that grave. After Jason is clearly disqualified after being shot with a paintball gun, he reveals himself to not only be a murderer, but also a cheater. The sheriff escorts Tommy out of town before Brian Dennehy and his deputies get a hold of him, but Tommy has a better idea, to show them the grave himself. Unfortunately, the grave has been filled in, which, what the hell?
You made my deputy draw his revolver. He's been dying to try his mail-order laser scope.
This town needs Jason because without him, they're incredibly murder-happy. And they're a little questionable with their vulgarities.
Does he think I'm a farthead?
Ah, great. Use a word like farthead and a bunch of kids show up. At least maybe we'll get a history lesson.
Look, here's a story. These are called Indian markers, okay? Let's just say you have a chief, right? And he dumps his squaw or his wife or whatever, and he decides, hey, I'm going to pick up with another one. I'm going to take off with her.
Fantastic. I feel so informed. It's like listening to this guy talk about Indians. No time for that. We've got yuppies on the loose.
I don't know. I mean, you know, sort of hurt. You thought I brought you up here just to...
Stick a twig up my pee hole, you know. Jason is making a huge mistake. If he kills off the old man, who's gonna bury the rest of the sweat hogs? Oh, this sounds like something I'd investigate. Oh shit, this isn't what it looks like.
What are we gonna do? We gotta get to the sheriff's office.
Don't bother. If Jason didn't kill you, the sheriff's deputy would murder you with a laser scope gun. I think they're starting to run out of ways to kill time before they're murdered.
Okay, I've got a great game. It's called Camp Blood. The object of the game is to find out which cabin Jason is in.
I know this game. It's the one where you throw a bunch of rocks at zombies and fight Jason's mom's severed head. Friday the 13th Part 6 is the only Friday the 13th film with zero nudity, which is one of the only tittyless slasher films that seems like that's part of the joke. But unfortunately, there's nothing to masturbate to.
You gotta keep it up to the end of the song.
Oh no, it's Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Poor guy. While Court is rocking out in the driver's seat, Jason is rocking out in the bathroom, and this scene's method of killing is totally fucking metal.
Hey, Nicky, what are you doing back there? Taking a dump?
Oops, Jason hates shit jokes. This guy is definitely gonna pay. Jason was killed by his own hubris. Okay, enough of my fake endings. Back to Bad Sheriff Port of Call Forest Green.
Sheriff's office? Oh, I'm sorry. He can't come to the phone right now. He's in the can draining his lizard. May I take a message?
Yes, help me. My family is being tortured. Tommy buys himself a bunch of books on how to defeat Jason. Fantastic. So while you're reading all of that, Jason has murdered like 20 people. And at least 10 instances of slapstick have happened.
Sheriff's office. I'm sorry he's not in. Can I take a message?
Yes, my family is still being tortured. It's been years, but Jason has finally returned to summer camp. Unfortunately, he has none of these traits, so he is definitely not going home with a badge. Sheriff Dunstcap actually believes that Tommy Jarvis is the murderer behind this. Someone is clinging a little too hard to the ending of Part 5. Not even Deputy Burt Reynolds can talk him out of this theory. They end up finding poor Woody Allen's body parts, so now they have another suspect on their list, Mia Farrow. Oh, and title drop!
Happy Friday the 13th.
That makes no sense. The first Tommy Jarvis movie began on Sunday the 15th. Ah, the 80s, when we had an entire magazine dedicated to the volleyball scene from Top Gun. She hears something outside, and her first instinct is to pour shitty beer on it. This is very bad. Jason is an IPA man, and he's definitely not gonna like the fact that you're wearing Angela's jersey. That's for making him smell like a frat party. And that's because the producers wanted extra gore added to the movie. Quite the opposite of Part 7, in which the gore was taken out. At least now Tommy has some help on his quest.
You said on the phone you needed some supplies, right?
Yes, but
Then let's get going. We can argue about it on the way. You tell me what you need and I'll see to it that you get it.
I want you to put my face in your crotch.
Get down! Streetwise runaway. 16.
Okay, thanks. The bandit takes a break from masquerading as Buford T. Justice to pull over these speeders, although this speeding sign raises more questions than it answers. Thankfully, the movie hasn't sunk as low as crotch jokes.
This is gonna be a hairy turn. Hang on.
Rock all night, gonna blow this.
Ugh, the movie's dignity has now been stripped, you bunch of fart heads. Good one, Tommy. Now you've really given the sheriff a reason to shoot you. I feel like a more appropriate subtitle than Jason Lives is Good One, Tommy. Oh boy, the ghosts are really coming up with more elaborate and bloody ways of taunting Carol Ann. Is she gonna fill the annoying kid quota for the film?
Sissy and Court are playing jokes. You know, trying to scare each other.
Why?
Then you can go to bed.
Wait, what if they try to scare us?
I can't imagine why your parents would want to dump you in the woods for a whole summer. They think it's Sissy and Court that are playing jokes on them, but nothing could be jokier than naming your kids Sissy and Court. At least they're not blaming Tommy.
Now you just sit tight, Jason.
Tommy Jarvis never played Jason, but he did play Freddy in Return of the Living Dead. The sheriff gets a call from Batman telling him that he's an idiot for thinking Tommy is the killer. Meanwhile, I think Jason wants a gander at this girl's rather amazing eyes. Oh, and he also wants to kill her. Tommy and Megan come up with a plan to escape, which involves borrowing the Terminator's gun for a second.
You better do as she says, because wherever the red dot goes, you bang.
That's also what a porn director says when he directs with a laser pointer. It seems like they're mainly locking up the deputy for his condescending attitude.
I'll get it for you, babe. Really screwing up here, Missy.
This guy is gonna feel right at home when he discovers he can make internet comments. Without Horseshack, I don't know how Tommy is gonna do this.
The only way now to stop Jason is to return him to his original resting place, where he drowned in 1957.
Or to have just not dug him up in the first place. That one is still on you, buddy. Oh shit, is Jason really gonna kill a kid? Oh please, oh please, oh please, oh please.
No, let me down to sleep or pretty little myself again. If I should die before I wake up, or my soul would take. No, let me down to sleep or pretty little my soul again. If I should die before I wake up.
Pure Flix's slasher films are way better than their regular films. Unfortunately, Officers Hooper and Jan Michael Vincent are a little too late. Well, looks like one of the campers has reached adulthood. Something is definitely wrong here. The lights are freaking out. Hey! Now how am I supposed to know what happened unless it's in 3D? Thank you! Though I wish there was a 2D version of that clip. Don't worry, they've still got Gator to protect them. stroker ace just crashed and burned. The sheriff finally has a good idea. He's gonna surround himself with children to keep from getting killed, just like Indiana Jones. But his vengeful side kicks in as he shoots Jason for hypnotizing Tommy into killing all of those people. Tommy could help the sheriff, but lack of snow isn't gonna stop him from making a snowman. I'm sure the sheriff can handle this. Well, at least Megan still has one parent left.
If your mother were still alive.
That's it. Out.
Oh, well, somehow that's probably also Tommy's fault.
Here! You're gonna be sorry!
You mean he's not already sorry? Jason realizes that he's crushed far too many heads in this movie, but has yet to conquer a Tom Matthews. At least he did get to scare a bunch of kids. I feel like that should happen at every summer camp. Jason is gonna tell him exactly what he thinks of Down Twisted.
Hey! Asshole! It's me you won't remember! Come on! Come on, chicken shit! Come on, I'm standing here waiting! Come on, you pussy!
There always has to be a bully in these summer camp films. Wait a minute, this isn't the hot lava that was featured on the back of the box, although it is causing Jason to get the volcano shits. This isn't so bad. Tommy's just been wanting to fit him for a necktie this entire time. Surprisingly, this plan actually works, and it'll keep trespassers from swimming, because there's always going to be something that's going to try to pull you under the water. Unless you recreate the ending of I Spit on Your Grave. Apparently Jason's veins are pumped with hot garbage. Wait until the second day of camp, kids. That's when some cannibals are gonna hang a woman by her breasts. So, anyone gonna tell her that her dad is dead?
It's over. It's finally over.
Well, at least it's over for Tommy Jarvis. This is his last movie, but there's still plenty of these sequels left. Now Jason isn't just fish bait, but he's sequel bait. Jail. Ugh, enough of these fake out endings. That was the real ending. I feel comfortable now laughing at Friday the 13th Part 6's hilarious escapades, since as a Cinema Snob, the only slasher films I like are the ones that make fun of slasher films. This movie was like the Scream of the 80s, except every slasher film after Friday the 13th Part 6 wasn't trying to be like Friday the 13th Part 6. But beyond the positive critical reception, the film is also a fan favorite of the series, which of course meant that it didn't make as much money as the others, being the first Friday the 13th film to make less than $20 million, but given its incredibly low budget, the film still made a hell of a profit. We had to wait 2 years before the next Friday the 13th film, which was the first crossover of the series, Jason vs. Carrie. Does that movie have the wink-wink humor of Part 6? Well, we'll find out next Friday the 13th. Or you could just watch the movie. It's gonna be several years before I'm done with this series.
Real dead meat. So, what were you gonna be when you grew up?